Hello, I'm Bonnie Joe Peterson. I'm the Executive Director of the Industrial Hemp Association of Washington. Oh, well, first off, Mary Lou. Working with her has been fantastic. I'm definitely bonded over our two names, and so working with her has been fantastic. She definitely knows how to put an event together. She has the background, and this isn't her first rodeo, so very very amazing being able to work with somebody that knows what they're doing. When I first started coming into Oregon, the objective was to learn from the Oregon industry, government relations, what's been a success, trying to not create some of the same issues in Washington that Oregon has had. And through the Association of Western Hemp Professionals, we cover Washington, Oregon, California, over to Colorado, even up to North Dakota. So we cover multiple different states. And so with Washington, um, in 2019, I wrote the legislation with the Department of Agriculture and legislators that is now the hemp commodity program for Washington State. So the USDA end of things also plays into it as well. And what goes on with the USDA is going to affect every state, whether it's Washington, Oregon, or New York. Well, the biggest issue is the USDA interim rules that have come down with the 15-day pre-harvest only sampling the top third of the plant. Washington State, we have a whole plant remediated sample that we use, meaning that it's using not just the flowers, leaves, stalk, and stem, about 30% of flower, and the rest makes up the rest of the plant. And without that option with the USDA, we'll be stuck with a 15-day pre-harvest test. Well, most of the country will. There's some timeline issues of when we're actually going to know what we're facing, and that's the biggest issue, is the uncertainty in the Wild West hemp. So there's a couple of things that people, need to be doing, both politically and education-wise. So it's informing themselves and informing others, making sure that they're, knowledgeable of the genetics that they're going to be working with, having the harvest and drying plan, and have a contract or a use for their product before they plant it. But without some of the USDA, FDA, and DEA issues that we have with even the testing labs, with all of that out there, without getting some of this rectified, it's going to make it a lot more difficult to even pass the test to enter the market. So what that flux is going to look like, we have no clue. So getting with your local representatives, informing them on hemp, but making sure you're informed yourself, because garbage in, garbage out. So making sure that you actually have the facts to bring to the table. And the education is really where we're at on all spectrums, from politicians, state, federal level, and to people's neighbors. I grew up with people that they should really know the difference between recreational cannabis and hemp, and they still don't. Well, the average consumer, I wish that they knew that this is not a new crop. This is something that's been around. There's scrolls that mention hemp that are thousands of years old. I mean, there's materials that, tents that are 5,000 years old that are still intact. It's knowing that this is not something new.